Hello there, it's Mary again with another new video. And this time I'm gonna try something different. This is a very weird and or experimental video, as you can say. It's kind of long for its own good, but I just want to make this and get it over with. I just want to see what will happen. Probably nothing. But anyway, I just felt like drawing or painting an egg, you see, because I really love this art. This how it turns out. It just feels so nice and the textures are so appealing to me. So I want to try and recreate this kind of artwork again, but with a more larger illustration. But first, I will just grab myself a reference. We'll all need that reference. Remember that reference is not cheating. So let me just grab them. Ooh. There's a reference. Hey! I ate my reference! Oh! That's it. I'm grabbing my own reference. There. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I just grabbed a picture or an image of an egg and then I started to draw the egg. So before creating an illustration related to eggs, I just want to practice for a while and try and imitate the juicy egg that I did back in this illustration. And this is just a good warm-up before I directly go into the illustration. Yeah, so here I am sketching the egg. That's an egg. I assure you that it's an egg. Ignore it. It's not a it's an egg, okay? So at the beginning of the sketch, I obviously did a basic shape, which is circle or oblongs. And right now, I'm adding a wiggly lines at the edge of the egg to make it look more, like an egg, An egg is not a perfect circle. And as you can see right now, I am trying to or attempting to shade the egg, the white part of the egg. And if you know about me, if you know me long enough, or if you personally know me, I am not very good at rendering. Okay, rendering is like not my best suit. It's not my strongest thing in my art, but I try to work on it. That's why I wanted to practice doing this egg, You see, I'm not achieving a very realistic or a hyper-realism style of rendering. I just wanted to be like stylized and at least it looks believable that it looks like an egg. Okay? Something like that. Like I like a style of a children's storybook style. That kind of stuff where there's like a random texture. It's not random texture. I'm sure it's a very purposely texture. They were just put into application very properly and in the most presentable way possible. And I like that. I like to achieve something like that. And I gotta admit, I did struggle making this egg. Cause look, if I'm going to say one negative thing about reference or having or looking at a reference, is that there's a huge possibility that you're gonna compare the reference to your art. And that's exactly what's happening right now. I'm looking and observing at other artists' works of art of their eggs, and it makes me so jealous how like they got that real texture of the egg, and like I'm trying to imitate the texture, but I am just struggling so hard. And then I just keep reminding myself, Mari, it doesn't have to be that realistic, because the reference that I'm looking at right now, it's very heavily realistic. But what I'm trying to achieve right now, I just want simple, or at least just like a children's storybook style, just like I mentioned before. So here I am, and I know that this video is titled how to draw a juicy egg, but as of now, look at that yolk. It's not looking so juicy. It looks so sad, stiff, and it's just look depressed. It's not looking so juicy. Oh my god, it's so sad. I mean, this is not exactly a tutorial. I was originally going to make it a tutorial, but I realized, damn, I don't have enough knowledge to be able to do that. Am I, right? So I basically titled this how to draw a juicy egg. Like, it's also mainly it's mostly for me, okay? And now look, I was trying to look. Oh my gosh, look at right now. I was trying to imitate that texture of the egg. It's like mini holes that you see on the egg, and look at it. It just looked disgusting. It was a bad idea, like trying to render the egg in color green. Like, why did I even think about doing that? I mean, it looks like an egg, but it's not a juicy-fied egg. It looks like fried. Okay, it looks like toasted fried egg, but it does look like an egg. It's believable, but it's not what I was trying to achieve, so that's kind of sad. But oh well, we're gonna move on from that. You're gonna see in the video that I'm kind of trying to fix that zombified look of the egg. But yeah, I don't know if I fixed that. I don't remember. You know what? I'm gonna say it. It looks like a nipple. Okay, but it not gonna be. Ah, sakit ng tiyan ko. JD, masakit tiyan ko.
Let's go. Sasabihin ko doon.
Let's go, sabi mo. Sakit ang tiyan ko. Moving on with the next egg. I tried to be, cool in this part. Yes. I tried to make it look like a volcano. I don't know why. Because why not? If you see something weird, if I draw something weird, the question is always like, why not? Oh, here I am trying to fix the zombified egg. It's so annoying. I erased that stupid looking, I don't know, holes. I did not erase the holes though. I just changed the color because I do like the texture. I just don't like the color choice. The second egg though, I prefer this a lot more than the first one because it looks more juicier and it's more, sparkly. You'll see at the end. And I decided to just include a lot of clips of this process because I really enjoy seeing the rendering process. I know I mentioned that I don't like rendering. Rendering is definitely an agonizing step of making an art for me. But seeing it, just like watching it happens, it's like very relaxing, very therapeutic. Like, even though I know that I am probably doing it wrong, I mean, it could have been better, but I just enjoy seeing the rendering. It's just so relaxing. And just in case if I don't remember how to render, I can always rewatch my video. So I guess I'll just insert a music here until this egg is finished, and then I will go back to you when it's illustration time. Yeah. Okay, we're here. And yeah, there is an ant crawling on my iPad. I don't know if you saw that. That's very annoying. Anyway, I was trying to make an illustration that, like, an original illustration that I think that I'll be very proud of. So I was trying to do this like perspective grid, like not exactly perspective grid, but I was using the isometric tool to make the angle more interesting. I was like in the mood to make the art more complex, add some pizzazz to it, put more effort into it. However, as you can see, there's another ant crawling on the tablet. What I'm trying to say is that I didn't end up with this isometric sketch, okay? So yeah, spoiler alert, I did not end up with this. I ended up just reusing an old art, like, yeah, that one. That's an old sketch that I did when I was practicing background drawings. Building specifically for my, webcomic. So I was quite disappointed that I just decided to reuse an old sketch rather than just making a whole original art. It was just like I felt demotivated doing it, but I really want to do it. I don't know if that makes sense. So the reason behind it, the reason why I just decided to reuse an old sketch, because as I mentioned before, I was sick. I was very sick during those times. This time around, my stupid armpit has a wound on my dominant hand, and because of that, I couldn't draw well. Even if I draw very slowly, and it frustrates me very much. And this is the reason why I haven't uploaded 2 videos, since I did mention that I want to upload consistently. But thanks to my stupid wound on my armpit, it prevents me from doing so. So, yeah, as of now, what I did, like I mentioned before, I just reused a sketch. It's fine. I just have to understand my situation. It's not really good, but I still made it work out in the end. I don't know. So during this time, while I was healing, I was watching a lot of Hilda. If you guys know that show is one of the most beautiful cartoon shows I ever seen. It's so cozy. The color palette is so just pretty. So definitely the color palettes in this illustration is very heavily inspired in that show. And if you haven't watched that show, I highly recommend for you to watch it. It's a good comfort show. And whenever I watch Hilda, it just inspires me to draw background, because the background on that show is just majestic. It's just so good. Like, it just fuels me with inspiration. And just look at Hilda's room. It's just so pretty. It makes me wanna just improve my background and just make it look so cozy. I like that style. I'm gonna try and study more Hilda background. And during this part, I am doing the line art. And as I always mention, I love line art. I love it so much. It's so relaxing. Some people find it the most agonizing part, but for me, rendering is the most agonizing part. Does this look like an egg, Arya? Does it look like an egg?
It looks like a foot.
What did you say? Come here. Say it louder.
It looks like an egg.
It looks like an egg? Are you sure?
Yeah, it looks like an egg, but more.
What about this one?
It looks like a mountain, like an egg.
It's a mountain egg? Okay. Very nice.
Wow, how did you draw that?
I use my magic pen. So yeah. Asking if those things are looking like eggs. Because if the kids cannot recognize your drawing, that means your drawing is messed up, okay? It's unrecognizable at this point. Your drawing should be easier for kids to understand, or what it looks like.
Yeah.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
Right, baby? Oh, yeah, right. So here's the line art. It's looking so sexy. Oh yeah, look at that. I like it. I like the line art so much. Moving on to the coloring part. And of course, I just skipped the highlighting part because I find that extremely boring. So I save you the trouble. Even though that I said that this illustration is inspired by Hilda, I still struggle to have a cohesive color palette. I know I already have a reference, but I was being stupid that time, okay? My wound is being so annoying. So I could not concentrate in coloring. I actually did a lot of trials and errors in the color palette, and I just decided to just skip that part because it is just making it too long, and I feel like the video is already way too long. So we're gonna skip that part and just move on to this part where I finally figured out the color palette. Since I am trying to achieve like a children illustration style, like I mentioned before, this is a watercolor version. And I just realized just now that this is the first time I've ever done a background art that is watercolor style. Because whenever I do like background, it's usually like flat. Not flat, there's just a bit of cel shading there and that. But this is the first time. I think this is the reason why I did struggle coloring this, because there's a learning curve. That could be the reason why, or I'm just being an idiot. I'm actually contemplating if I want to print this out and sell it as merch. But there's a part of me that I don't think it's worth it because it's just a house and a couple of small characters on the ground. I don't feel like it's that exciting to be a print so that I can sell it. I don't know, it's just me. I mean, if personally I would love to own it because a physical copy is always great for me. And it'll be a nice thing to have in my own home, but I'm not sure how it's gonna do well if I sell it. I already ran out of money from my previous merch thing. Why are you laughing? There,
How am I gonna play this?
there was a rat. Oh my gosh, there was a rat.
Hindi nakita.
While I was recording, there was a rat. Oh my gosh.
Abandon my teammate.
Okay, that was a bit chaotic, and so anyway, so here this part I am trying to adjust the color because I decided that I guess it's better that this is in an autumn setting, you know, to make it more cozier. Fun fact, I actually don't like the color orange. I find them one of the ugliest colors ever, but there's an exception. There is an exception. if it's a natural color orange, like for example trees, or in general autumn, I am fine with it. I am fine with natural colors of oranges. But when it comes to like cars, clothes, or any item, especially furniture, like orange sofa, like yuck, what is that? I don't like it. I only appreciate the natural color of orange, like the nature ones, autumn leaves, the trees. And if you like orange, that's good on you. Hey, yo, we're on the egg part, and I just want to mention that I didn't made the eggs detailed as I thought I would, just like in my sample one, my exercise egg. I just made it simple because I just want to get over with this art, because like I said, I was sick during this time. I just want to rest, do nothing, lay all day and be a corpse. So I was quite disappointed that my egg is not looking sexy. Okay, I'm sad. But what can we do when you have a stupid wound on your armpit? So yeah, overall, how do I feel about this art? I guess it's alright. I still kind of feel sad that it was just like a shortcut illustration. I didn't do anything special. I just reused an old sketch, but then again, I guess that's fine. It's not really the end of the world. As long as that I achieved that watercolor cozy style, I'm happy about it. So yeah, I guess I'll stop speaking from here and let the music just play.
Sir?